is personal development. I told him things cost too much. He said, no, you can't afford them. I thought, well, that's a new concept. I hadn't thought about that. You know, we put some of the valuable things on the high shelf, so you can't get to them until you qualify. If you want the things on the higher shelf, you've got to stand on the books you read. Every book you read, you get to stand a little higher so you can get the things on the higher shelf. See, I learned those concepts. It was so incredible. And here was the most important one. Success is something you attract by the person you become. See, that phrase changed my life. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. It's like chasing a butterfly. You can't quite catch it. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person. See, those were new concepts for me. I'm just working hard trying to make a living. Here's what he said to me. This changed my life. I got a chance to teach this in Moscow and across Russia, 3 visits, now the 4th. Here's what Shove taught me. Profits are better than wages. Nobody taught me that in high school. Nobody taught me that. I went to 1 year of college. Nobody taught me. Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune. And how could you work on both a living and a fortune? He said, well, you could start part-time working on your fortune while you're working full-time on your living. I thought, how? Now he said, it's fun to get up in the morning, not just getting up, go to work to pay the rent, but to get up to go to work to make a fortune. First, to make a living for my family. Second, to make a fortune. And he taught me how to make both a living and a fortune. Guess what I did? I learned how to make both a living and a fortune. And I found out anybody could do it once they get the information. And at age 25, I started receiving this extraordinary information. Here's what he said. Your income is directly related to your philosophy, not to the economy. I thought, no one ever told me. I kept hoping the economy would change. He said, no, your philosophy has to change. I assured him that I had my fingers crossed. He said, that won't help. Then what could I do to change my income and multiply it by 2, by 3, by 5, by 10, and then multiply it by 10 again? What could I do? And he started giving me the disciplines and the process of learning the skills to change my life. This was an extraordinary man. Those were extraordinary times for me. Life-changing in every manner that you can imagine, but very simple ABC concepts. Here's what I learned. Not to search for the exotic until you've discovered the basic. And those basic philosophies that he shared with me during that time were life-changing. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue, chase, run after. Success is something you develop, something you become. You attract success. So the whole key to unlock all the treasures, whether it's economic treasures or spiritual treasures, financial, social, personal, every way you can possibly think of, is by your own personal development. And then he added one more, which is so important, and it's probably worth the price of the seminar. Here it is. What you become is much more valuable than what you get. What you become is much more valuable than what you get. The major question to ask on the job is not what am I getting here? The major question to ask on the job is what am I becoming here? Not what am I getting, what am I becoming? So it's very important what you become. Because what you become attracts. If you become cynical, you attract cynicism. What you become attracts. So this whole subject of personal development was so vitally important to me. It changed my life. I was a millionaire by age 31. And that was just the economic part of it. It took me 6 years from age 25 to age 31. It was unbelievable. Remember, be a student, not a follower. And here's what you must always do. Design your own personal life. I'm very happy for people to take notes at my seminar, but I'm also just as happy if somebody says, hey, this is not for me, tear up all these notes and throw them away. That's just as valid for me. Right. Remember, be no one's disciple. Chart your own course. Make what you do the product of your own conclusion. What I'm saying here is be your own person. You don't have to be a model of someone else. You don't have to do it like anybody else, right? Do it like yourself. Buy what you want to buy. Listen to what you want to listen to. Make changes if you want to make changes, and don't make changes, right? It's your life, I'm telling you. And don't let anybody persuade you any different. Success is not a stereotype. Success is not a Ferrari. Success is not an automobile. It's not a house. It's not a place. It's not money in the bank. It's not $1 million. That's not success. Success is the continual unfolding of the design of your own life and pulling it off. That's what success is. The continual unfolding of the design of your own personal life and pulling it off in whatever degree you wish. That is success. Successful in doing whatever you want to do that makes sense to you, for you, your family, your responsibilities. Take on responsibilities or refuse responsibilities. That's strictly all up to you. We've been given the power of choice. Every life form except human beings operates by instinct and the genetic code. Now, why not human beings? Because here it is. We've been given the dignity of choice. We're not like a robot. We're not stuck like a tree, using up all the nourishment, nothing left, now you die because you can't change location. Not true. Humans can go north, south, east, west. Humans can change, do anything they want to do. We've been given the dignity. But here's what's interesting about all life forms except humans. Every life form except humans strives to the max of its potential. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. You never heard of a tree growing half as high as it could. No, that is impossible. A tree grows as high as it can, drives down every root it can, produces every leaf it can, extends itself as far as it possibly can. Every life form extends to the max, except human beings. Now, why not human beings? Because we're not robots. We've been given the dignity of choice. And here's a couple of alternatives on the dignity of choice: to be part of or all of. You have the potential to be, and you got the choice. Do a little to make yourself comfortable and forget the rest, or do it all. And there's nobody here to dictate you got to do it all. That's nonsense. You got to be rich because we live in a rich country. That's nonsense. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to do it all. You can do a little, do some more. Take advice, but don't take orders. Take information, take training, take teaching, but don't take orders from no one that tells you how you need to live and what you need to own and what you need to do. Somebody says, well, you need to be successful. That's a personal choice, being successful. What we teach is the possibilities, and everybody chooses. Take a little, take a lot, do some, do nothing.
Yo, what's going on, family? If y'all can hear me right now, drop some coffee in the chat box. Y'all can hear me right now, drop some coffee in the chat box. Let me know what's going on, y'all. Hopefully y'all awake with me this morning. And if not, it's time to wake up. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Today is episode number 160. You know, we had a couple. I'll be transparent. It's my first time trying to connect every platform. So had a little technical difficulties today on that front. But over the weekend, I will be in the rabbit hole and I will be producing everything from every single platform, y'all. Until we got a full production, until we got the full production company, you know what I mean? Like that's what we manifesting right now. But you know, I'm still learning though. I think that's the values of AI. All right, learning how to use AI. And actually, to just start the call off, I want to say thank you for everybody for taking the time to hop on today. Hopefully y'all are doing amazing. And look, if you see in this video later on, I want to say I appreciate you also for watching us live on YouTube or whatever platform you were able to find us on. Definitely appreciate y'all. Absolutely. Appreciate it, Queen. But with that being said, y'all, let's really dive into today's call. So what we got to talk about today is extremely bullish. All right. It's a lot of high value content today. And I need y'all to really pay attention. All right. Today is not one of those days that, if you could pay attention, like fully pay attention. I know sometimes depending on the workload, it's kind of tough, right? Or depending on what you got going on. But I'd highly recommend today just really, really, really paying close attention because we're going to break a lot of stuff down. Now, before we get started, I was reading my book and I told, you know, I keep bringing this book up because this is what I'm studying, right? And I want y'all to know what I'm personally studying because my focus is being the greatest, right? The greatest crypto investor that I possibly can be, right? So the snowball, Warren Buffett's life, all right? And I wanted to share a quick excerpt out of it because it hit me and it struck me. And I highlighted this because I was like, man, somebody on the call needs to hear this. Like somebody on the pod this morning is going to need to hear this, right? So check this out. He says, Warren Buffett said this. Buffett said, send in the Pope, right? At least I only have to kiss his ring. To all of my fellow ring kissers, I would like to talk today about the stock market. All right, now, to all my fellow ring kissers, I like to talk today about the crypto market. All right, we can just change the asset market on that, right? So let's think crypto market. Okay. Now, he said, I will be talking about the pricing of cryptos, but I will not be talking about predicting their course of action next month or next year. Valuing is not the same as predicting. Valuing is not the same as predicting. In the short run, the market is a voting machine. In the long run, it's a weighing machine. Hear that? That was the key right there. Listen, y'all. This is the key to your faith, right? This is the key to you buying and holding on tight for the next, I don't know how many years. So when people come to me on social, all right, all y'all on Instagram and TikTok, and you're like, man, when is the price gonna go? I don't know. I'm not Miss Cleo. So if I say that in the comments, don't take offense to it. It's the truth. I'm not Miss Cleo, and neither is anybody else. So neither is Warren Buffett. So we can't tell you where the market is going to go. I can't tell you the price, right? But I can tell you the value, right? So he said, in the short run, the market is a voting machine. What does that mean? What do you get from that? When someone says the market is a voting machine in the short run, that means that you just want to cast your votes. You want to cast your votes. You want a dollar cost average. You want to cast your votes. You want to get in. You want to put your ballots in. You want to get in. You want to get your votes in. You want to make sure that you got your hand in the game so that you can make change. See, I'm going to tell you the difference. Impoverished Black folks, what we do, okay, and it's just real, as African Americans, and we're not of a certain class, we do a lot of arguing, right? We do a lot of fighting. We do a lot of that, okay? White people, Asian, I don't care. Like, the difference is that they go and they leave it all at the ballot. They cast their vote. So I'm not telling you to go vote for the president. That's completely up to you. But where I'm trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from in this conversation in the beginning of this is you can cast your vote, because the same way that people go to the voting ballot, right? The same way that people go to on voting day and go vote for the president or vote for their local mayor or their governor to change their city, to change their county, to change their state, to change their country. You understand that you can do that on a macro level, on a micro level for your life. You can go and cast your vote. You can get invested into what you need to do. You can get into business opportunities the way that you need to get into business opportunities. I hope that y'all understand where me and Warren Buffett is coming from. So in the short term, the market is a voting machine. But guess what? In the long term, it's a weighing machine. Because see, it's going to all weigh out after you wait. See, the longer that we wait, the longer that we accumulate, we're going to see who really was accumulating. And look, you'll know if you did it the proper way, right? You will know if you did it the proper way. So wait counts eventually. That's what Warren Buffett said. the weight of something, the weight of the stock market, the weight of the crypto market, the weight of your investment. See, it's going to count eventually. But listen, but votes count in the short term. He said, and it's a very, hold on, what he said? Hold on. Oh, I skipped the page. That's why I was like, that didn't make sense. He said, and it's a very undemocratic way of voting. Unfortunately, they have no literacy test in terms of voting qualifications, as you'll all learn. Unfortunately, they have no literacy test in terms of voting qualifications. That means everybody can get to the bag. Can we drop some coffee in the chat box right now? Because it's time for us to wake up and it's time for us to get to the bag. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode number 160, and we are starting this thing off in full steam. The train has left the station. The train has left the station. And if you're not on the train right now, okay, you're probably running behind the train trying to catch up. It has not took off the full momentum. That means you're just going to have to sprint a little harder. You're going to have to sprint a little more. Yeah, it's one of those types of calls today. Let's get to this bag. So the first thing that we got to talk about is we got to talk about Berkshire Hathaway's third quarter 2023 portfolio moves. How did the GOAT move? We got to move the way he moved. Now, he moved in stocks, okay? But we can take the idea of the stock market because the crypto market is a mirror image. Because guess what? Every single company that was created in Web 1, Web 2 will also be created in Web 3. Because yes, can we all agree that we are focused on infrastructure of every single infrastructure out there, right? That's what blockchain is changing, is the infrastructure of everything. So let's pay attention to how Berkshire, let's pay attention to how Warren Buffett invested. And then when we're in this new asset class, we can also take advantage of some of these assets that kind of mirror these companies that's been around forever. Now, Berkshire's $313 billion. That's how much this particular asset manager is holding, right? They are concentrated investment portfolio consists of only 45 companies. So $313 billion into 45 companies. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math on that. See, this is where it gets fun, right? Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all real quick. Let's do some math real quick, right? So 313, let's see, billion, that's million. There we go, billion. 313 billion divided by 45. Okay, family, that means that $6.9 billion. If you were to split that up into 45 companies evenly, and he did not split it evenly, but if we went down the middle, that means that 45 companies will have $6.9 billion a piece. Okay, so do we see how big of a behemoth, right, these whales are? So when we're talking about we're taking our pennies and we're going against their billions and trillions, that's why it was so important for us to get in at the beginning. That's why it was so important for us to get in before these assets go to a couple of dollars, because they're headed there. It's not a if, it's a when. So when they go to these dollars, we got in at pennies. That means we turned our pennies into dollars. But if you wait for dollars, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. So the top 5 holdings account for 79% of the total portfolio. So at 313 billion, listen, family, it's 1017 right now. Only 79% went into 5 companies. Those 5 companies is Apple, Bank of America, American Express, Bank of America, American Express, both Ripple partners, both companies that are focused on the future of blockchain. Apple is not a tech company. Apple is a fintech company. It's a financial technology company. Bank of America is a fintech company. American Express is a fintech company. All of these are fintech companies now. So Berkshire Hathaway is heavily invested into fintech, right? Fintech, technology, energy, consumer staples, and financials. That's what they are created. That's what they're focused on. Okay? So now that we got that out the way, what do we focus on? Well, we focus on the same thing over here in this market. We focus on the same thing over here in this asset class. All right. Let's talk a little bit about it today. So Bitcoin is down 1%. We at this $42,000 area. Ethereum's around 2,200, right? In the same way that I tell people all the time, there's no wealth in the stock market unless you got a lot of money. You can't just go and buy and hold stocks and expect to get and create generational wealth. It's not happening like that no more. That market has set in. Yes, assets are going to go up, but for all you stock people out there, I don't care what you say, buying and holding and telling people to buy and hold stocks, that is not like, we should be looking for other asset classes that are the future. We have to look into the future, because if people miss out on this, on digital assets, tokenization, crypto, this Web3 space, that right there, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem, right? The stock market, the way that you make wealth in the stock market is you got to trade. You got to know how to do some level of options. You got to know how to do some level of day trading. You can't expect to buy and hold Apple stock. You can't expect to buy and hold Nike stock. These are hundreds of dollars, some of them tens of dollars. Imagine just starting to buy XRP at $50 a coin. It's just like trying to go buy Solana at $71 a coin. I'm not telling you don't go buy it at $71 a coin, but for you to make exceptional wealth, you either got to have a big bag, because not even $7,000 right now into Solana alone, I believe, would be life-changing money. It may be. I may be wrong, but I can tell you like this, 7,000 into something that's under $1 that has the potential to do a Solana move. Just my mindset on it. Because I'm looking at the ROI. I'm looking at the return on investment. Now, you want to know what's going on with the markets? You want to know why things are not moving? I mean, we're talking about stocks, crypto, everything. Well, this is why right here, family. Pay attention.
Passive investing is actually rooted in the theory that markets are efficient, and that markets are efficient because of active managers setting the prices of securities. Firms like Citadel, that markets are efficient because of active managers setting the prices of securities. Firms like Citadel, firms like Fidelity, firms like Viking Global, Capital Research. We're all running large teams of people that are engaged in fundamental research, trying to drive the value of companies towards where we think they should be valued. Trying to drive the value of companies towards where we think they should be valued. And passive investing, in a sense, enjoys the market efficiency that we create in our work each and every day.
Excuse me, y'all. Hope y'all didn't hear that burp. But that made me burp. You know what I mean? Because pay attention to something. Hedge funds and active managers, they set the price of these securities. These investments that you invest into, they set the price of securities. Bitcoin is on its way to becoming an ETF, which that means that it has to go through what? The Securities Exchange Commission. That means that what? They will then have the ability to do what? To control the price. Huh? That's why it was important to accumulate a long time ago. That's why, because they set the price. But if we can accumulate enough, we set the price in our life. The price of XRP is already set. The price that Bitcoin is going to be is already set. The price of Ethereum is going to be, it's already preset. They're accumulating all of it because there's only a certain amount. And once it's all accumulated, price will explode. Supply and demand. Now, I want to play this. I want to start off by playing this video right here. because wait, before we even go into this video, okay, I want to go and I want to give a very quick shout out to a token that I believe in, right? I want to give a quick shout out to Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR. They got some really big updates. HBAR has been on top of it, right? And a lot of people say there's no way that HBAR is going to go from the number 30 token to top 10. And I want to show y'all something, right? HBAR has how many tokens in circulation, right? Let's go and check that out, right? Total supply of HBAR is 50 billion. 50 billion tokens. Now, that's a whole lot of tokens, right? But it does have a burning mechanism. Shout out to an 8-cent HBAR today, okay? But I want to show y'all something. Dogecoin is at number 10. Dogecoin is number 10. Look at the max supply of Dogecoin. Infinite. Infinite. It don't even, they can continue to create it. So understand that if a token like Dogecoin can have 142 billion tokens in circulating supply today, in total supply, but no max supply, then why in the heck can an HBAR come into number 10? Got to use your noggin, man. You got to really use your mind. So let me show y'all something real quick, because HBAR has had one hell of a year. And I'm shout out to this video and the HBAR Foundation for breaking this down. So first off, these are a couple of the things that they've, been able to do. They've been able to partner with Shinhan Bank, Hyundai Motors, Kia Motors. This is from July or June. I think it was June or July until December. Look at all this right here, right? Look at all this stuff that they've been able to do. Staking rewards. How many people are staking? Is there anybody staking HBAR right now? Is anybody collecting free HBAR every 24 hours? If I've helped you make some money in HBAR, if you've been making some extra HBAR, just drop some coffee in the chat box real quick. If I've helped you make money with HBAR and I've helped you collect passive HBAR every 24 hours, just go ahead and drop some coffee in the chat box. Okay? And if you're not doing it, it's not too late. MasterCard connectivity. Galaxy. How many people's on Galaxy? I got a Galaxy. Y'all should follow me. Right? Like, it just keeps going, y'all. Like I can just keep going. So we've seen partnership after partnership after partnership come through this company. Well, guess what? It just keeps getting better. Shout out to Lehman Baird and the team for bringing this legend. They just brought a legend into the game. Welcome to Charles Atkins as the new president of Hedera Hashgraph. We are excited to have someone of your caliber on board and look forward to what you'll be doing. What? Do y'all know who Charles Atkins is? If not, let me show you exactly who this man is. Now, first off, this is his, this is him right here. All right, let's pull him up. That's him right there. All right, that's that guy right there. Okay, Charles Atkins. Make sure y'all know. You want to know when you're investing in these companies, you got to be nosy. You got to want to know who is leading the company, right? So who is this guy, Charles Atkins? Well, let's kind of go back and let's look. So this is his LinkedIn right here. He is all in on Hedera, right? He done switched everything over to Hedera. He's been posting stuff. All right, he's very active. I like that. Okay, his top skills is blockchain, entrepreneurship, executive management, leadership, private equity. Okay, I'm almost there. Three of those things I can surely know. All right, that I've been able to get a good handle on, right? But I go and I look at who is this guy? What did he do before? He was global lead business development at Aptos. Now, what is Aptos? What is Aptos? Right, well, we'll cover that in a second. But shout out to King Solomon, because he posted this, which helped me kind of understand a little more about this guy. Atkins was most recently the global lead business development at Aptos, where he established relationships with Microsoft, Ernest Young, and Google. Prior to that, he was vice president of strategy at Landvault. And before that, vice president and overseeing enterprise applications of financial services for Polygon, right? He also held marketing leadership roles at Nike, Red Bull, and Walt Disney Company, and worked for the U.S. Department of Treasury in a security cleared role, overseeing a staff of over 120 people, and he worked at Morgan Stanley. Okay, so this guy right here is a heavy hitter, right? They just brought a heavy hitter. They just literally made a Ripple play. Like they literally just created a Ripple play. Okay, now Aptos is a layer 1 blockchain. Okay, and they're focused only. Okay, their focus, okay, is the same as most layer 1s, right? To be the premier space that you want to build on. Well, he left this company, which shows me that this is not the premier place you want to build on. This is not the premier layer 1. But what's the premier layer 1? For this guy, listen, what's the premier layer 1? Because right now, that's what he's focused on, is being president of a premier layer 1. So anyway, I'm gonna let that marinate on you real quick. But in the meantime, I'm gonna play this quick video.
I think that the crypto world that I'm now a part of doesn't really understand the scale of these ETFs and doesn't understand the kind of the wall of money that potentially could be coming into Bitcoin. And just to give you a number, I asked a friend of mine who's in crypto, who's pretty active, wrote a couple books on Bitcoin, is pretty active in the podcasting, Mark Jeffrey. I said, Mark, what would you estimate the size of the global ETF market? He's like, I don't know, $1 trillion. I said, what if I told you there's $10 trillion of ETFs? So that number is kind of crazy, right? If you think about it. And what's even more crazy is that number was 300 billion in 2000, right? So right around when I left Wall Street, it was 300 billion. So it's grown from 300 billion to 10 trillion. So there's not some sort of cycle, theoretical, like what if the property market became tokenized? What if people, this is like active ETFs that are trading today. It's a $10 trillion market. And it's, primarily in our jurisdiction. It's in the US, European jurisdiction. So this is not, stocks that are trading in China or anything like that. It's just, ETFs run by, I think BlackRock itself has about $6 trillion in ETFs right now, just to give you the scale of the market. So I just don't think that people in the crypto world understand that there's, $10 trillion of actual movable money. And the way that this money is kind of allocated is also very different from, I would say the way that crypto people think about buying and selling, or degens think about investing now. So it's
okay. So $10 trillion, okay, in assets. 10 trillion. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play this other video right here, right? These are some videos I actually have from the last episode. I just wanted to play these because they deserved some recognition as well. So I just wanted to play these, but we are about to get into some really bullish content. Like I've cracked some of the code. So just stick around. Give me 1 second.
Somebody that holds a substantial amount of XRP, and what that might mean, whatever it means to you. I'll look at it this way. Here in the US, there's a gift tax threshold of $12.92 million per individual. If you're married, that's $25.84 million. And when you move your assets into an estate, there's an estate tax or gift tax that'll be on that for anything over that amount. So let's say you've got 300,000 XRP. Just as an example, hypothetical goes to $100. Okay, you're looking at $30 million. At that point, when you move that into an estate in order to protect yourself and set things up for the future, you're going to be looking at a 40% tax on anything above the amounts I mentioned before. Whether you're single or married, you're still going to owe 40% tax, whether you cash out or not. And so that's a consideration you want to take in and make sure you're being proactive about. It would be Ideal if you could set those structured up beforehand, before you reach those amounts, so that you don't incur those tax penalties. And then once it was inside those vehicles, whether it be, a holding company that's structured inside of an LLC, or I'm sorry, inside of a trust, or if you wanted to lease your assets from your holding company inside your trust to another entity so that it could, do whatever it was going to do with those assets in order to produce income and pay you, make distributions out of the trust or from that company to you as an employee. There's a lot of different ways to go about it in order to mitigate tax obligations. But the largest consideration in the short term for people, I think, is that gift tax for when they do move this into an estate. All
right, y'all. So I would recommend that you get with a tax advisor, someone who can help you with this stuff, creating that estate, creating, these trusts, because everybody's going to be in a better position than what you were in today, just from investing into this space. Like I can pretty much understand that, right? We make $30 million, $300 million, $1 million, $200,000. I don't know, right? But understand that it was better than where you were, okay? We got to make sure that we protect ourselves as much as possible. So I would highly recommend that, do that. Get up with a tax advisor and make sure you have that space together. Now, I want to play this quick video right here from Crypto Aries page. Shout out to Crypto Airy. But BIS Project Marina, okay, to trade and settle $7.5 trillion a day in the Forex market. Listen up.
Project Mariana, that's a fascinating body of work, and it's something Ripple in parallel is exploring, how we can facilitate cross-border, cross-currency transactions using an automated market maker.
Today, the largest financial market in the world is the foreign exchange market, trading $7.5 trillion a day. How might we trade and settle FX in a tokenized world?
And one of the things I think Claudine commented on earlier was the idea of pools of liquidity. And I think that's one of the often overlooked elements of this, is having that liquidity in place is really critical to making sure those models function.
All right. So they talked about liquidity. They talked about all these things, right? Now, we're about to nerd out a little bit. So, hopefully you got the stamina to stick around. And if not, catch you on the next episode. But we got to nerd out, right? We got to deep dive real quick. So, I was waiting to watch these videos with y'all, to be honest. So, these are real-time reactions. I haven't watched none of these videos, but these are, created 5 months ago from the Bank of International Settlements, Project Mariana. I probably showed it on the podcast before. We've seen so many things. I can't always remember what we've watched, but I felt like this would be valuable. So the first thing is CBDCs in automated market makers. CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currencies, Project Mariana, which is a part of the Bank of International Settlements.
A tokenized financial system may be on the horizon with the potential to change markets. Today, the largest financial market in the world is the foreign exchange market, trading $7.5 trillion a day. How might we trade and settle FX in a tokenized world? Project Mariana ventures a look. It explores how wholesale central bank digital currencies, together with concepts borrowed from emerging decentralized finance, may improve effectiveness, safety, and transparency of FX trading and settlement. Mariana is a joint project between the BIS Innovation Hub, the Bank of France, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and the Swiss.
So If we go back just a little bit.
Hub, the Bank of France, the monetary authority.
So we know that Ripple, okay, listen, Ripple has already gotten a license, a money transmitter license for the entire country of Singapore through the Monetary Authority of Singapore. They already have that license, right? So Ripple is absolutely killing it. Okay, we know that for a fact. Okay.
Of Singapore and the Swiss National Bank. How does it work? An international blockchain-based network is at the heart of the experiment. It serves as an interbank foreign exchange market for hypothetical euro, Singapore dollar, and Swiss franc wholesale CBDCs. So-called automated market makers, decentralized exchanges popular in today's DeFi markets, enable FX trading and settlement for financial institutions. Wholesale CBDCs originate from the domestic platforms. They can be transferred between the domestic platforms and the international network using bridges. A uniform technical standard for the wholesale CBDCs on the international network enables interoperability and central bank governance. Project Mariana pioneers the use of novel technology, such as AMMs for interbank FX markets, pushing the boundaries of central bank innovation.
All right. So pay attention now. Okay. So they talked about CBDCs. We know Ripple is huge with CBDCs, right? But another thing that we saw here was this, right? The BIS is the Project Mariana is all about the trading and settlement of $7.5 trillion a day Forex market. So I went over to their article from September of this year, right? And BIS and central banks of France, Singapore, and Switzerland successfully test cross-border wholesale CBDCs. They have successfully done it, right? The project's proof of concept successfully tested the cross-border trading and settlement of hypothetical euro, Singapore dollar, and Swiss franc, WCBDCs between simulated financial institutions. The process relied on 3 elements. Element number 1, a common technical token standard. XRP is the standard. A common technical token standard provided by a public blockchain to facilitate exchange and interoperability between the different currencies. Number 2, bridges for the seamless transfer of WCBDCs between different networks. That means it's not just going to be the Ripple network. You're going to be able to go through Hedera. You're going to be able to go through Stellar. You'll be able to go through Quant. You'll go through all these different networks, right? The last one is a automated market maker, which is a specific type of decentralized exchange to trade and settle spot foreign exchange transactions automatically. Automated market makers. Who are those automated market makers? Well, I'm glad you asked. We'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a second. Now, I want to show another article. Project Mariana, cross-border exchange of wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. Family, this thing is literally everything about it. Foreign exchange is the largest financial market in the world. This is from the BIS, trading about $7.5 trillion a day. $7.5 trillion a day. Check this out. Y'all, I can't even do that. $7.5 trillion a day, 7.5 times 365 is over $2 quadrillion. That means that this market does over $2 quadrillion a year. Matter of fact, let me do the math. Let me do the math real quick because it's important. 7.5 trillion. Oh no, my phone. Oh, that's why it's locked. I'm wondering, like, why my phone? I'm like, why my phone won't let me turn it sideways? All right, here we go. $7.5 trillion. So this is million, billion. There it is, trillion. So 7.5 million, billion, trillion. Yep. So 7.5 trillion times 365 days a year, that is $2.7 quadrillion. $2.7 quadrillion a year is running through this market. And y'all worried about XRP being at 63 cents. You worried about XRP when it has a market cap. Stop stressing. You worried about something that's so early. They didn't say that it started yet. They didn't say that it's happened yet. Hell, automated market makers ain't even available on the XRP ledger just yet. It's coming 2024. So get ready, right? How you going to trip about something that has a $33 billion market cap? It's only $33 billion in the market cap right now. We got to get to $7.5 trillion first. And then if it's still at 62 cents, then bash me. Then bash yourself. Huh? Stop tripping. Stop tripping, man. We good. We're good. So what are automated market makers? Automated market makers are smart contracts that provide liquidity in the XRP ledger's decentralized exchange. Each AMM holds a pool of 2 assets and enables users to swap between them at an exchange set by a formula. 2 different currencies, 2 different assets. They're telling you right here, this is the XRP Ledger's website. I can't make this stuff up. We just saw on Project Mariana what they're about to do. I just showed you this. Pay attention.
A tokenized financial system may be on the horizon with the potential to change markets. Today, the largest financial market in the world is the foreign exchange market, trading $7.5 trillion a day. How might we trade and settle FX in a tokenized world? Project Mariana ventures a look. It explores how wholesale central bank digital currencies.
I think we might have just watched this. I think this might be the video we just watched. Yeah, this is the same one we just watched. So my bad, y'all. So that's basically, look, I'm just trying to show y'all that it's right here, right? They're not going to say Ripple, right? They're not going to say Ripple. They're not going to, they ain't going to do that, right? Look, I could probably search the website, type in Ripple, okay? We do this on purpose. Watch this. I could search, look, ripple effects of monetary policy, right? That's just ripple effects. October 17th. I didn't see this one. I didn't see this. Look at this right here. This is Ripple. Ripple Labs. Look, this is May 30th of this year. Ripple Labs welcomes to opportunity to comment on the Bank for International Settlements consultation on ISO 20022 harmonization. Ripple would like to thank BIS for the in-depth and comprehensive analysis that has been undertaken in drafting the consultation as well as the opportunity to provide our comments. Ripple has valuable experience in implementing a more harmonized cross-border service, particularly through our service, RippleNet. Leveraging ISO 20022 based data structures, Ripple has encountered the challenge of different parties interpreting the standards in different ways, y'all. Look at it. To ensure successful harmonization, it is crucial to consider alternative approaches such as distributed ledger technologies. It's right here for y'all, man. It's right there for you. And if that ain't enough for you, this right here, take it over the top. This right here for the tune top right here. This for your tune top. Okay, watch how you speak on my name. Watch how you speak on my name. Now, pay attention. Group 1 crypto assets, fulfilling classification conditions. There's going to be 2 types of crypto assets. There's going to be category 1 and category 2, or group 1 and group 2. Okay, if you're in group 1, okay, you are crypto assets that do fulfill classification conditions. Group 2 crypto assets do not fulfill classification conditions. That means they will not be available. This is a prudential requirement. You know what the word prudential means? It just means there ain't no other requirement. This is the requirement. It's prudential. Okay. Now, crypto assets do not qualify. Examples, Bitcoin. So scratch it out your damn head. Bitcoin does not qualify for any of the stuff that's happening around the world on global finance restructuring of the whole global financial system. Bitcoin's not about, that's not it. I don't own any Bitcoin. I don't own it. I don't have it. Dan Pena said if you knew who owned it, you sell it all right now. Now listen to Dan. Now, yeah, I don't own no Bitcoin. None. I don't want it. I don't want it. Why would I invest? Why would I invest in something that costs $40,000? Why would I invest in that? You know I can do with $40,000 in these other tokens? Somebody give me $40,000 and I'll show you what I do with it. I ain't putting it in Bitcoin. Man, that's just my strategy. You don't have to listen to me. Okay, now, Group 1 crypto assets that do fulfill classification conditions is this. Group 1A and Group 1B. Group 1A are tokenized traditional assets. Group 1B are crypto assets with stabilization mechanisms. So you're either going to have tokenized traditional assets or crypto assets with stabilization mechanisms, aka stable coins. Hold on, wait, what? Hold on, what? Stable coins? So is that why XRP must be trying to move and create the AMM, the automated market maker? Why? Pay attention. Automated market makers are agents that pool liquidity, stabilized by arbitrators. Together, they tighten the slippage and price, creating fees earned for AMMs and a stable price for XRP, while allowing XRP to move freely in an open market, providing a reliable and stable price without having to peg the asset. AMMs will give Ripple, it will give XRP a stabilized price without having to peg to the US dollar, without having to peg. That's what the AMM does. So remember when I told y'all in the beginning, in this first video that we watched, if you was here on time, we watched this video right here, and the guy talked about what? Ken Griffin. He talked about how hedge funds and active managers are setting the price of securities. They're setting the price of the securities. Well, okay. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on, wait. A stable price for XRP. They already know what the price of XRP is going to be. And last but certainly not least, I know, look, I know it's been a crazy episode today. It's been a lot of value, but I got one more banger for you. Ex-Credit Suisse, y'all know about Credit Suisse. Ex-Credit Suisse executive debuts his own crypto trading venue for banks. That's what Bloomberg posted. Okay. Now, a Credit Suisse executive. Look, Medico so cocky. They said powered by Medico Harmonized. And we all know that Ripple bought Medico, a custodial company, a digital asset custodial company. Well, who is this guy that they were talking about in this Bloomberg article? If you pay a look right here, David, look at this, David, I can't say his last name, but Dave, okay? I pulled him up, okay? He's the CEO and founder of this company called Rule Match. Rule Match is the company they're talking about right there in that article. Well, what did he do before Rule Match? Because we're going to go over Rule Match, but what did he do before that? He was the president of the Open VASP, which is the Virtual Asset Service Providers Association. So he was the president of the Open Virtual Asset Service Provider Association in Switzerland. He also was the head of risk management and a member of the executive management team back in 2018 to 2021 for Bitcoin Suisse. So he just came from Credit Suisse, which is right here. And then he also was the head of operational risk, private banking for Credit Suisse. So he left Credit Suisse, went over to their Bitcoin and digital asset side of everything. And I had to look these companies up because y'all know I'm nosy. So I'm gonna show y'all everything you need to know. This is Rule Match right here. Okay, they only have 207 followers. Okay, They only have 207 followers on Twitter. But what does this company do? The interbank trading and settlement venue for cryptocurrencies and digital assets, enabling spot trading for banks, securities firms, and their institutional clients. Ripple is setting the stage right now. OMG. OMG. And it's right underneath our nose, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. This company, Bitcoin Swiss, I saw somewhere how many assets, how much assets they have in custody. I don't know if I can find it. Here it is right here. Key features from Bitcoin Swiss. They own $4 billion in Swiss francs since December 2023. As of December 2023, they founded in 2013. They are holding $4 billion in crypto assets. So check this out. Some of y'all are shocked to hear me say I don't hold Bitcoin. You want to know why? Because I don't got $4 billion. I don't got $4 trillion to put into it yet. So the people that can make money on Bitcoin are the people who got a lot of money. We missed that train. See, we got to take what we got. We got to invest into the technologies that we can. There's a new train that's leaving the station. Trying to chase the Bitcoin train, I don't think that's the train you want to chase. It's too far ahead. You're never going to catch that train. Just some mindset this morning. Hope y'all awake. I hope y'all awoken. But yeah, that's my show for today, y'all. This was episode number 160. I hope y'all had a blast. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. I definitely know it was a lot of value. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one for sure. So if there's anybody that has one thing you like, learn to love, or you have anything that you would like to say today, you already know. You can raise your hand, feel free. We'd love to hear your voices. And if not, shoot, we'll get up out of here today. But today definitely was a great call. So if there's anybody, feel free. My brother Zatrick. Hey, man, I love hearing from Zatrick. What's up, bro?
Man, I want to say that, you actually changed my mind shift today. I ain't gonna lie. Because when you said you didn't own no Bitcoin, I'm like, what? But then you said, imagine if you had 40,000 and you went into a new coin. I'm like, dang, like it changed the way I viewed everything. Because, I was trying to chase this Bitcoin thing. Really, I was into Satoshi chasing, to be honest. But I see where you're coming from. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is some shades up stuff. Because now, for example, like if I sold half of my Bitcoin that I have, I'll probably be up a couple thousand XRP right now. Like this.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you to sell your Bitcoin.
So cheap.
Listen, I'm not telling you to sell your Bitcoin, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm not telling y'all to sell your Bitcoin. I'll tell you what I'm telling you to do. What I'm telling you to do is this. Just think about it. If you have $40,000, $42,000, and you can go buy a full Bitcoin today, and let's say Bitcoin went from $42,000 to $100,000, how much money did you profit?
That's like a 2x, 2.2x, something like that.
How much you profit? You profit 58 grand.
Yeah.
You walked away with 58,000. I could do a lot with 58,000. I'm not saying you can't do a lot with 58,000, but imagine if you went and put 42,000 into something like XRP. How many XRP would you get? And if XRP just went to
$1,
went to $10, if it went to $5, $2, you would have more money than a person
that one XRP
with that one Bitcoin. So it's a return on investment.
Yeah. I like that. I ain't gonna care. And I do appreciate how you also say you're not telling nobody to do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, if somebody watched it the wrong way, they probably thinking that you influenced me to do it, but you don't influence.
No, we'll pull this episode back up.
XRP. So, hey man, I appreciate the new insight and everything. And also, I am working on some. I ain't forget the coloring book. I'm gonna show you some pictures. I just got to get the right picture. I ain't want to come to you without anything. Oh,
I got
also,
ideas too.
guess what, bro? Guess what? I gotta tell the community something, y'all.
Go ahead.
My book became available on Amazon yesterday. Like, you can search it up without me having to send you a link. And I sold my first book today, this morning.
Let's go.
I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good right now. The coloring book has been sold, so this is the first of many, y'all. This is the first of many. The crypto coloring book is on the way. Y'all just wait on it. Just wait on it.
Just wait on it.
All right.
Much
Peace.
love, bro. Peace. Hey, it's a movie, man. You see what I'm saying? So y'all, hey, we are literally changing each other's lives each and every single day. I'm so grateful that I'm able to give you a different perspective. And again, that's why I shared it, because I think a lot of people are chasing Bitcoin right now. When I think that that's the wrong thing to chase. That's just my No, I'm here, y'all. Hey, look, I'm in the game. I had to switch over to my phone. If y'all can hear me, just drop something in the chat box. Just let me know. If y'all can hear me, just let me know. If y'all can hear me, just let me know. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I don't know. Y'all can see the lights went out, everything went out. Like everything went out at the studio, but they can't stop me. They can't stop us, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think is the show still rolling? Let me see. No. Yeah, the show. Well, actually, no, it says we're still live. So I think we're still live on YouTube. But regardless, family, y'all have an amazing rest of the day. I don't know what just happened to the power, but I'm gonna have to go check this out. Y'all have a great day, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.